of Standard 5. Today I am going to explain part 3 of English, the 12 months. Yesterday we completed till page number 10. Today I am going to start with page number 11 of English, the 12 months. Moragla picked them joyfully till she had filled her apron full. Then she thanked the months with all her heart and scampered merrily home. Moragla picked all those strawberries and she filled her apron. Can you see? Over there she was wearing that white color apron. And she thanked all the 12 months from her heart. Helena and the stepmother wondered when they saw Moragla bringing the strawberries. Her apron was full of them. Helena and her stepmother was very happy and they were wondering from where did she bring the strawberries. Her apron is full with strawberries. Where did you pick them? Asked Helena sulkily. Now Helena asked, from where did you bring this? Sulkily means over here to express anger by remaining silent. There are plenty of them growing in the forest on the high mountains. Moragla said, there are plenty and they were growing on the high mountains and I brought it from there. Helena took all the strawberries and ate them all up with her mother. They didn't leave even a single one for Moragla. Helena took all the strawberries from Moragla and she ate them all with her mother and did not give it even a single strawberry to Moragla to eat. On the third day, Helena ordered Moragla, go into the forest and get me some red apples. On the third day, Helena said to Moragla, she ordered her, go again into the forest and get me some red apples. Again the stepmother caught hold of Moragla and without giving her chance to speak pushed her out of the door and shut it after her. Without Moragla speaking a single word, the stepmother caught hold of her hand. Again she pushed her out of the house and she shut the door. Moragla went to the forest weeping bitterly. She was crying, but she didn't wander about this time. And she ran straight to the top of the mountain where the big fire was burning and the 12 months were sitting round the fire. Now Moragla went to the forest again, crying. But this time she didn't wander. She went right on the top of the mountain because she knew from where would I get the strawberries as well as violets. I can get the apples from there only. Where there was a big fire was burning and the 12 months again they were sitting round the fire. Please, kind sirs, help me, she said. Great January again nodded and asked her, what are you looking for today? I'm looking for red apples. If I don't bring them, my sister and my mother will kill me. Tell me, father, tell me please where I could find them. Again she's telling, tell me, fathers, from where would I get the red apples? Otherwise my sister will kill me. Great January rose up. He went over to one of the older months. It was September. He handed the club to him and said, brother, take the high seat. Now Great January, he got up from his seat and he went to the older months, one of the older months, that is September. He handed that stick to him, that is the club, and he told brother, go and take the high seat. Month September took the high seat upon the stone and swung the club over the fire. Again he sat on the high seat and he moved the stick, that is the club, over the fire. The fire began to burn with a red flame. Again the fire began to burn very brightly. The snow started to melt, but there was a cold wind that sent the faded leaves down to the ground. Now in the month of September we have a cold season. And in that season, that September, the faded leaves were falling on the ground and it was cold. It was autumn. Moragla saw just one apple tree with red apples hanging high among its branches. Moragla saw one apple tree and apples were hanging on those branches. Shake the tree at once, Moragla, commanded September. September said to Moragla, shake the tree at once. Right gladly, Moragla shook the tree and first one apple fell down and then another. Now Moragla, that enough, run home quickly, shouted the months. Now one apple and another apple fell down and the September month told Moragla, go, run home quickly, now it's enough. Moragla obeyed at once. She picked up the apples, thanked the months with all her heart, and ran merrily home. Moragla, she obeyed to them, and she picked up those apples as well as she thanked them from her heart, and then she went away home happily. Helena and the stepmother wondered when they saw Moragla bringing the two apples. Now here, Helena as well as the stepmother, they were happy. They were wondering again from where did Moragla brought these apples, these two apples. Where did you get them? Asked Helena. I found them in the forest on the high mountain. Again she said. Helena asked her, from where did you bring these apples? And Moragla said, I found them in the forest on the top of the mountain. And why didn't you bring more? Or did you eat them on the way home? Said Helena harshly. Now, Helena told her, why did you get more? You should get more apples. You brought only two apples. And on the way, I think so, you must have eaten some apples. She talked to her very rudely. Alas, sister dear, I haven't even tasted them. I shook the tree twice, two apples fell down, and they wouldn't let me shake the tree again. They shouted at me to go straight home, protested Moragla. Now Moragla said to her sister Helena, my dear sister, I haven't eaten a single or I've tasted not a single apple. I shook the tree twice and two apples fell down. And they told me, now it's enough. You take those two apples and go home. May you be struck to death by lightning, said the wicked Helena, and began to eat the apple. Helena said to her, you must stick to that lightning, to that light pole, and you must die over there only. And Helena started eating that red apple. It tasted so delicious that she told her mother she had never tasted anything so nice in her life. The stepmother liked it too. When they had finished, they wanted some more. Now when they were eating, Helena was eating that apple, she said, it is really a tasty apple. It's very delicious. And she wanted some more. She told her mother that I must have some more apples. When they finished, they wanted some more, that is. Mother, give me my fur coat. Let's go to the forest ourselves and get the apples. Now Helena told her mother, Mother, give me my coat, fur coat. That is for wearing in the cold season. And come on, we'll go to the forest by ourselves. We both will go. That ragged little wretch would eat them all up again on our way home. We will find the place all right and I'll shake them all down, however they shout at me. Now, Helena said to her mother, come on, we will go and get some apples. We'll not think about this Moragla, otherwise if we tell her to get, she will eat those apples again. And we'll find the place right from where has she brought. We'll ask everyone and go over there. However they shout me, I'll get more apples from there. The mother agreed readily. They wrapped themselves in fur coats and shawls and off they went to the forest. Now the mother said, okay, come on, we will go and we'll get the apples from there by ourselves. And they wore the fur coats, they wrapped themselves with the coats as well as the shawls. And they went to the forest. The snow lay deep and they wandered about for a long time. But at last they saw the top of the mountain where the big tree was burning and the 12 months was sitting. Now it was too cold, there was everywhere the snow. And they were wandering from a long time to find out from where Moragla used to get those things. But at last they saw the top of the mountain where the big fire was burning. They went over there and they saw those 12 months was sitting. They stepped up to the fire and stretched out their hands to warm them without asking permission or speaking one polite word. Now they went over there and they stretched their hands. They stretched their hands means they put the hands on that fire to warm themselves without taking the permission or speaking a polite word. They did not take permission or they even did not ask, shall we warm ourselves over here? Why have we come here? And what are you looking for? Asked Great January crossly. Now January asked them, why have you all come here? What are you looking for? He asked very crossly, means very rudely. Why do you want to know, you old fool? Replied Helena angrily. It's no business of yours, said Helena and her mother. Why do you want to know, you old fool? Helena said all these words. How dare you ask us? What do you want? What is your business? None of your business. Great January frowned and swung the club over his head. The sky grew dark in a moment. The fire burned low, and the snow began to fall thick, and an icy wind began to blow through the forest. Helena and her mother couldn't see one step in front of them. Now Great January was very angry. He swung the clubbed stick over his head, and the sky grew very dark. It was too dark now, and the fire burned low. The fire became very low, and the snow began to fall thick. A lot of snow was falling, and an icy wind began to blow. The wind which was blowing was with the ice, and it was blowing through whole forest. Helena and her mother couldn't see anything, and they could not move one front back or one front or back. They tried to find their way out, but the snow fell in a huge masses, and soon they were lost in it. They were trying to find out the way to come out from there, but there was a lot of snow, and the huge masses were falling of the snow, and soon they were lost in that. At home, Morakla waited and waited, and yet Helena and her mother did not come back. At home, Morakla was waiting for them, but Helena and her mother did not come. When she went to search for them, she found neither her mother and her sister, nor the 12 months in the forest. At last, she returned home sadly. When Morakla went to the forest to find out where her mother and sister were, she did not find even the 12 months over there in the forest. At last, she returned home very sadly. So good Morakla inherited the cottage and the land around it. Now Morakla was inherited means she was trying to receive the property legally. She had that own property in her own hands, that cottage. And she married a kind husband, and they both lived happily ever after. After that, she married a good boy, a good husband she had got, and they both lived very happily. So my dear children, I have finished the part 3rd also over here. I'll give you some meanings as well as the question answers as a worksheet, as well as you have to go through the chapter, read it. Thank you.